The Utah Jazz have now formally guaranteed the second year of Kris Dunn's contract, paying him out $3.32 million. And if all things bode well, then he hopes to have a long-term deal by season's end. He has openly expressed in his press conference that he is forever grateful to the Utah Jazz, going back to the day that they offered him a 10-day contract that seemed to have him be a player that was just filling an empty hole left by Mike Conley when he was traded away last season. That being said, Kris Dunn has battled many injuries over the course of his career, and he finally managed to put together a healthy enough stint to offer himself the opportunity to stay with the team for a long-term opportunity. Across 22 games with them last season, he ended up averaging 13.2 points and 5.6 assists, shooting efficiently from both the three-point line and from the field overall. He was a steady pace setter when he was on the floor, and ultimately did end up getting starter minutes towards the end of the season, when he really proved that he could be that settling force that could control the pace of the offense, lead them on defense, and also play elite on both sides of the ball at certain points during his tenure. He did end up playing in all 5 of the Utah Jazz preseason games this year, averaging 8 points on 85.7% shooting. Now, of course, we don't expect him to maintain that shooting split going into the season, but that just goes to show how effective he can be when the opportunity presents itself, and he is also one of the better shot selectors in the league as opposed to shot chuckers. Now, the issue for Kris Dunn going forward is going to be how he fits into the timeline of the Utah Jazz. I do believe that he is the starting point guard for this team. He's shown the most promise. He's the most direct in his actions. He seems to be the most controlled on offense. He gets his teammates involved. And most importantly, he also offsets Keyonte George's mistakes well when he's on the court with him, particularly from the fact that he offers a certain level of perimeter defense that the other point guards do not offer, and also simply from a maturity standpoint, at the age of 29 years old, he is more of that veteran presence that a lot of the younger guys need on the roster. Now, with their depth chart for guards going from Talen Horton-Tucker to Jordan Clarkson to Colin Sexton and Keyonte George and Ochai Agbaji, including Kris Dunn, there's a lot of mouths to feed, and so a trade is expected to come in the very near future. That being said, even if it doesn't come, I do expect Kris Dunn to be regularly in the rotation, and while I particularly believe that he has effectively won the point guard spot, it would not surprise me if they ended up going with a different setup, though I do expect him to play elite minutes simply because he provides the best defense, like I said, out of all the guards, point guard and shooting guard, as well as just having that calming presence on offense. And for a team that's full of young guys and guys that are just trying to cohesively gel and yet again overachieve compared to what every analyst seems to expect of them, you need that sort of calming presence right out the gate starting the season. And he is the most surefire player who night in and night out always plays the same, always takes the same shots, and never appears to be rattled in the face of difficult situations. With that being said, tonight we will find out what the Utah Jazz are made of as they open the regular season against the Sacramento Kings, who they also played their last preseason game against. If you have, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Only 12% of you guys are subscribed to the channel, man. By subscribing, it lets the algorithm know that it needs to push out the video in front of more people like you and I who would really appreciate what we have going on here and join the community. Without any further ado, let's get back into the video. I will be having a live immediately after the game, so if you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe, like the video, and comment your thoughts on Kris Dunn. Do you think it was a valuable pickup? Do you think that he likely has a role in the long-term future of the Utah Jazz organization? And also, what do you guys expect of tonight's game? With that being said, for those that are looking to tune into the live in a few hours, I look forward to chatting with you guys. And for everybody else, good morning, good evening, good night, no matter where you are on the globe watching. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.